She wants to talk about her kind of eye-opening experience of waking up to some of the lies of the Democrat Party. So thank you for being here, Jade.
Thank you. I'm flattered that you'd call me young at 44. Thank you. Like Miss Kari said, my name is Jade. I am a former Democrat. Unlike Kamala Harris, I'm an actual real-life black woman. And I'm a former Democrat who is currently registered Republican. I stand here before you today because I'm tired. I'm tired of the Democrats using the generational trauma of my people to garner votes. They invoke fear. They tell me I'm oppressed. They tell me I'm less than. They tell me I'm not good enough. And they tell me that my white brothers and sisters in Christ are my enemy. No. They are not. As a follower of Jesus Christ, Ephesians 5:11 tells me I must expose the works of the enemy. And the enemy is telling me that don't worry that I can't pay my bills, that I'm working 6 days a week this week and I'm tired. And I went to school and I have a career. I'm doing worse under this administration than in Donald Trump's administration, but I'm told to be afraid of a man who made my life better?
Yep.
How does that work? Make it make sense. During COVID, I knew more of my white guy friends that lost.
Okay, the people behind us, first of all, I want to take a look at this beautiful crowd. Let me just feast my eyes on this crowd. Hi, everyone. You are looking at an amazing group of Arizonans. You notice I didn't say Republicans, I just said Arizonans. I'm an America First candidate. I'm the nominee for Senate. Yay. It's called America First because we want to put Americans first. I didn't say Republicans first. I didn't say independents first or Democrats. We want to put Americans first, and people behind me get that. Many of them are former Democrats. Many of them are currently registered as Democrats. Some of them just voted Democrat before. And everybody behind me is waking up to the fact that the Democrat policies don't work. They don't work for our country. They're devastating. They're devastating the lives of all Arizonans. And so I am honored to have this incredible group. I wish I could have each and every one of them come up and speak, but I want to introduce a couple of folks right now.
Okay, so hey, how you guys doing today? I'm just going over this Kari Lake rally. She said well, it seemed like crazy things, but then when you think about it, it's the basic things that people in her position on that party usually say. So I just wanted to go over that and just talk about some things that it made me think about. If you do not know this, Kari Lake is in Arizona. I think she's a senator there or something like that. Anyway, she's a Republican. So that is one reason why she's saying that. But there is another reason also why she's going so hard on that and how cookie cutter and theatric it was. What I saw there was a sad story that is happening that is true, but then there was this other thing that was going on that was this other lady, and she was like full of race baiting, and she had those basic arguments with no real examples again. And then in the end, she started using religion as the authority. So it was like one of those things that we always see, and I just wanted to point that out. Now, this girl said that she was someone who is actually black, but she had these long dreadlocks, and she was really like higher than high yellow, and she looked like kind of Asian. So I'm thinking, like, is this lady Jamaican and Asian saying that Kamala Harris is not black, who's also like Jamaican and Asian? But I don't know what the girl was specifically, but that's what she looked like. And it was one of those kettle calling the pot. Well, I guess the kettle calling the pot black. I don't know what would you would say that situation, but it was just weird how she said that. And I noticed that even at that, it was kind of off. And we could expect a little bit of it because, you know, like I said, Arizona's in a red state. But if you were watching and you paid attention, all the signs said Trump. Even on the podium, it said Trump. And the signs behind them said Trump. Of course, it was red, white, and blue. But I just noticed all around there, it said Trump. And Trump wasn't there, but it was Kari Lake and, you know, her guest. So the girl, when she was talking, or the lady, she said she was 42, I guess. But she was like signaling with her hands, and she was just saying like the most cliche statements. and then pausing after the statement, shaking their head and their hands a little bit, waiting for the audience. But the audience had some reactions at certain times because, of course, they had that sad story first. But you could see it was planned, or it looked planned, or like she was really trying to egg them on, but it wasn't working. She said her and her black friends had the same struggle that white men were having under the Democrats. But that's a big joke. Like I said, war cliche crap. And I just looked at that like, okay, so she's looking for an ally, but that's not the way to get it. And I do believe that she believes in God and that she's into religion and everything, but it still looked like she threw that in for clickbait. But I will say one thing about that rally, the things they said about the border and the drugs is true. And whoever is there now, whoever stays, whoever is going to be in office, it's still going to be the same border issue with stopping the drugs from coming in. And then also some parents are going to have to take, and some schools and some people are going to have to take some responsibility on teaching, about drugs and communicating to the kids in a way of teaching that drugs are bad instead of just like saying drugs are bad and don't do this and that, and having it in school like it used to be, maybe, or having it advertised like it used to be, because I don't see it anywhere. But that is true, the drug problem, and I'm pretty sure there's plans for that, and there's already plans on the way probably that we're not seeing. But overall, I would give this rally like a C, maybe a C. I was gonna say D, but maybe a C, because you should have heard the reactions from the people. They weren't really like clapping. They were like, yeah, like 2 or 3 people at a time. You would have had more noise with like people snapping like they were at a open mic for some word poet or whatever. But yeah, the crowd wasn't into it. So I mean, it looked like there needed to be research done, because I mean, it's in Arizona, and Arizona doesn't have everything that they need. So maybe if this girl wouldn't have just come in and flew in and started talking all snazzy snazzy and thinking she was going to uproar the crowd, and I don't know, but it just was bonk. It was, that's why I said I give it a C. But nice try, but they need to be more real and actually talk to the citizens, and in that way, when they have a rally, they can say the things that the citizens are thinking too, and then they can get excited about it. But other than that, it was a little bit goofy. All right, I just wanted to get that in, and thanks for listening, and you guys have a good evening. All right, bye-bye.